Today is October the 5th, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show. 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter, and I am your host. This is the show that shares the inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. So let's do this. It is my extreme honor to have our international service hero here today with us. Asma Tariq is a woman that gives me so much hope for our future. She is a young lady that reached out to me not long ago because she believes in connecting the world together and that in us understanding each other and appreciating our differences, yet seeing how much we are alike, that we can actually make a difference for our world. And I was on her show, very, very excited to be. Now she is here. The more and more I learn about this young lady, the more and more I almost feel like I'm going to cry because I am absolutely so hopeful for our future because of Asma and what she is doing and others that she is working with. So I want to say welcome, and I am so happy that you are here with us, Asma.
Thank you so much. It's really honor for me to have you. And I think you're doing a remarkable job. You're just doing amazing. And it's just like inspiring the others, giving hopes to others.
Well, thank you very much for that. And I want to recognize those that are here with us right now. We have Helene Wilson. Helene, hello, my dear. Helene is one of our buddies, and you'll get to know our buddies, Asma, and she is actually our first ambassador of the chat, and she welcomes people here at the show. And Carol Brown Battersons is actually out of Canada, and Helene out of Texas. So we have a whole international crew just right here, the four of us already. And thank you for letting us know that we are live on E360 TV platform. We are streaming internationally. We want to encourage all of you to go to the E360 TV app, download it so that you can watch the show at any time and catch it in replay. And thank you very much for that. Thrilled that you're here with us and welcoming everyone. And they love to chat with each other. You'll get to see that. We have one of our dear buddies, Sherry McQueen. Love it that you're here with us, Sherry. You're gonna love this show today. And we have them all like they're welcoming each other, and I love it. And yes, please, thank you. Hashtag live, hashtag replay for those that catch it in replay. Asma, you are from Pakistan, correct?
Yeah.
And you are in university, and we were just talking about this. You are going through for a chemistry degree, and yet now you're writing for all these newspapers and blogs. You're doing TV interviews. You are reaching out to people throughout the world, and you're a writer. You have your own book, and yet you're going to school for chemistry. That says a lot to me. And your story is one that your family had a big huge event that took place like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
When your father was taken all of a sudden, and you are one of four girls, one of five including your mom. And you guys are doing amazing. Your mom's even going to school right now, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. You have a household of women in Pakistan, and you have become a leader, a real leader. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up some pictures right now, and so it will tell the story a bit, and then we can go into it a little bit more. This is what you produced for our show, and then here it is that we are here. This is your show. Let's talk about that. You decided, like, all of a sudden you're going to have a show.
Yeah,
Talk about that. What
I think that
inspired you to do that?
that was really amazing. I think that show was really amazing, and I just want. I always know. I just love. I was that kind of child who always keep quiet and observe things, but I always wanted to talk, but have that shyness. And then with the passage of time, I just travel. I just evolve. I just realized that I can, and now I just love to. Search people from different countries, from even Pakistan, and then I found your profile and like this. And I find that's very interesting. There I find many interesting things, especially cameo parties, all that. So I just connect with you and wonderfully you accepted. You said you are ready to do. I just love it. And then and we did that show. And that show, I just realized that we all are same. And with all differences, we are we are connected. We are all human. Think like the same way. Feel like the same. And that's really amazing. And I love your purpose and the story you told that day. That how you are inspiring the people. And I believe that hope hope is I think so that hope is the medicine vaccine that we all need, and it is the most important thing that we all need. Because when you're in coma, you doctor give you a artificial oxygen mask and you still alive. But if you have the hope, you get back from the coma, you get back from any from whatever the disease you have, from the disease bed, and you just start your life again. But if you have not any hope, you are dead. You are walking but deadly. You're less like dead body. You can't do. So hope is I think is the most important weapon that we all have, and we need to transfer it, we need to share it, we need to just need to promote as much as can.
I love it. And in fact, when we were talking about humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a lot of love, and that's where, you're taking that from your book. You are an author of a book, and you're even more than that. We're going to go into it in a little bit, and I'm just bringing it up. I am so glad that so many of you are here with us, many of the service heroes, many of our friends of the show, and I'm loving this. And I want to, your book, and I asked what it meant, and it's spelled AAS in American letters, or in English letters, AAS. And so it's pronounced. Why don't you tell us how it's pronounced, and then tell us what it means?
Yeah, this is I just started. I love writing as well as I mentioned that I love observe people. Love observe things. Like even while doing dishing, I love dish. I love washing dishes, and I love cleaning. So because the purpose that when I do that, I basically think I make stories in my mind. I why this is happening in this world. Why this can't be happen like that. I always try to make the solutions. But when you think differently and you try to talk with someone, people said, "Oh, dear, it's happening. Don't talk about just chill it. What you are thinking, chill it out." And I can't chill out because their inside something happened. Their inside a fire was burning, and it always pains me. It always pains me. But there hardly people try to listen because when you are in different environment and different things, so people when you talk different, when you say something different, at first people reject it. At first people reluctant to accept it. They feel because when you are not able, you are just like a kid and you are doing some kind of talks, you're doing like why this is happening. And they said, oh girl, you don't need to worry about that. This is not your issue. This is not that. So I just that just pinched me. Then I decided why and there's a funny story. The funny story is that we are sisters and we sisters usually quarrel with each other. We usually have fights and we love to fight. Even we love to fight. So there, I'm the older. So whenever usually parents, usually mothers said you are the big, you are the oldest sister. You have to take care of you have to take care of your sisters. You have to need to work on what are you doing. So I just feel when you're a kid, I just feel like no one is for me, no one loves me, everybody loves others. So I just came in my home, I just came back in my room and I start writing a letter. There are nobody loves me. I'm just like they are not doing good with me. Like that, that blah blah what comes in my mind. And after just writing the whole letter, when I read, I realized that this wow. Actually after writing, I just feel relaxed. It's just like a catharsis. It's just like you share something with someone. It's just like you share something with someone, and then you're okay, then you feel. And then when I read that letter, I laughed. I laughed at what stupidity I wrote. What is this? So there, I just found that it's a wonderful way. Like I am basically introvert. So introverts feel reluctant to share what they are feeling with others. So the wonderful way is that writing. So I just start writing whatever I feel. I just start writing my books, and after writing, I just feel relaxed. It's like wow. So then I just started. Then all what comes, what the ideas, what the things that come in my mind, I just try to transform them into words. And then people love reading. They love reading. I said it's a good way. It's a good way to transform what you feel, what you want to say. If they are not ready to listen you, you can share with them with the writing. At first, I was thinking like I'm not good in speaking, but now I feel I can speak. But at that time, I was thinking I'm not good in speaking. I can't speak, so I can't speak. So it's better to write. So
So
there,
you're,
I just tried. Yeah,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Well, okay, so your
and
book
I
is about hope.
I
And
just can't hear you.
yeah, I'm here. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me now? Are we good? Can you hear?
Camera is
Okay, can you hear? Here.
can't hear you.
Can you hear us? Can you hear? Okay. So your book is about hope, and she'll be back. All right, so let's just catch up. I want to say hello to everybody that's here. And where we were going with this is that, and is that she wrote a book about hope, and then on top of that, can you hear us now?
Yeah,
Okay, good,
perfectly.
good. Okay, good, good. Okay, so I was just letting everybody know that you wrote your book. It's about hope, and then you also not only wrote a book, you started a book program 2 years ago to allow for, because you realized how much reading is going to make a huge difference for those people that are not enough people are getting an opportunity to read. And you with the fact that you have a science type of brain, and like you were saying that you have a little bit of an introvert, which I don't understand that, because you're really not. You're out there, you're interviewing, you're writing, you're speaking, you're involved in leadership, and we're going to go into that. And so you started a book program. And because it's, we may take it for granted in some areas of the world that books are easily found and can be affordable and everything, but that's not always the case, right? And so you actually started this program to encourage people to actually get a hold of books, actually hold a book, and and to start reading. Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah. Basically, there when I just went to university, there we got a project. This was just like a startup for me. There we got a project. We have to sell something. So I am like that. I just have books around me. Even here, everywhere there's books. So I just like that kind of person. So I just found that what I can do, because I don't know anything. I didn't know anything except books, except words, except dialogues. I have nothing. So what I can do? So I just do that. I just make a picture of my all books and put a status, put on a status, and they said if anybody want to get it, I can provide you in a half price. And it went good. And then I realized that like I am living in a city, but there are many people who live in villages, and there like international books also come. Like we have Urdu books, English books, and in different languages. And then I just realized they have difficulty to receive books in a delivery online, because online things are going easy, but yet in the far areas, in the areas where deliveries were not sent, here it is difficult to provide the books. So there we just buy them, and then I personally give them in university so that they can learn whatever the book they want. They just wish that someone when we gone to big city and then we buy. So I just order them these books from the big cities to our home, and then I provide them. And the other purpose behind that, we did seminars where we promote book reading, because there with the advancement of technology, people love to watch videos, they love to watch audios, and they hardly there might be in your country, in other countries, book ratio is yet good, but there we just feel that our young kids were going were going far from the books. They are usually involved in the screens, and they're wasting so much time in screens, because when you use read something or you read something in screen, then your brain works, but it's only for some person, might be for 10%. But when you read book, works, and your brain 80 to 90% of your brain works, and brain's muscle strengthens. So that's a wonderful thing. And the book have also smell. I smell it's like a shopping when you touch it. It's just like wonder. I think it's just amazing feeling like a kid. My books are like kid for me. They are I have around. They are like my kid to whom I still hug them, and their smell. Oh my God, it's just like amazing for me.
And Helene is saying books are awesome to have for reading them and take them where you want to go in your life, in your dreams. She loves books also. And you know, and I'm going to bring this up. And part of too what you're doing is you're incorporating all of this together, guys. I mean, think about this. She sees that there's a need, and then she goes and does something about it. Wow. And so even just recently with the change with the pandemic happening internationally, there was an lack of being able to go to the university maybe on campus, or there was some changes, and you said, okay, we can do something about this. So you and a group of 10 people got together to create leadership program that is not only available for the leaders, if you will, but it is to encourage leadership skills and key skills, digital literacy, personal professionalism and development, networking, and all, you know, and you're doing this for not only, if you will, college students, that this is for the young, this is for women, this is for a variety of different groups, that you've created these leadership programs. I mean, where do you start? In when do you sleep? You are always busy. So how did you get your friends or these others from, you know, together to create actual programs that are making a difference?
I think we just want to create. We just, I just mentioned that we feel some difficulties, like we, as I evolve with the passage of time. So uh, there are many things that I didn't know when I was kid, when I was school. So now I realize that the mistakes that I did in my school life, I don't want to do it in now. And as mentioned in women empowerment, then working with the kids, we usually focus the schools going students, matric, intermediate, then target women. We have a student, she's I think she's elder than, she's more than 50. She was 55 recently. So we just try with the every, now we are doing with the Romania Muslims. The actual purpose is that sharing and just do. I just want to promote the message. Don't wait for the bigger opportunities. Like I am doing this interview with a mobile, which screen is broken, and I have conducted more than 200 interviews with just broken screen. If I wait, I don't have the time to take it to the shop and repair it. So I just want to promote that message that don't wait for the bigger opportunities. Do whatever you have. So that's why we started this program online. It was a first. Then when we started, then there hardly any program was online. So especially in Pakistan, so people were reluctant how it went on, but how what happened on Zoom session, what the when how the classes were going on, but it went very smooth. And we conducted our first session. It was 6 weeks, and then we enjoyed. It was just like this, so much connectivity with the people whom I've never seen. Actually, it
Mhm.
was from all over the Pakistan. Like with you, I'm doing this. So after this session, even it's virtual. Like we can't touch each other, we can't see each other, but yet the virtual appearance become so effective that even at the end of the show, even at the end of the class, we feel difficulty to switch off. We are so much connected with the heart that we feel so. So it always become difficult for me because I am the one who leave the meeting and who remove all. So for me, it always I always take some time. So it become always for me difficult to switch off switch off the class, to remove everyone. So there's so much affection you got. Even you didn't, I
Mhm.
didn't met with them. I didn't see them. But yet with that, and we just want to empower youth. We just want that okay, they start something online. They connect with the world. They don't bound in their so they don't that what I they don't try to bound in their limited box because when I just face through that when you live in your limited box you feel pity.
Mhm.
If you
Mhm.
if you get difficulties you feel pity. You feel like this only happened with me. I
Yeah.
am God. What you are doing with me? Why this is happening with me? Because you're living in
Mhm.
a box. But when you come out of the box and try to connect with different people, listen their stories, talk with them, and you realize, oh, I'm blessed because there are a lot of people are going through such hard situations, such difficulties, yet they are hopeful, yet they are struggling, yet they are
Mhm.
living,
Mhm.
and that inspires you and that push you. You can. Oh, girl, you wasted a lot of time just thinking why this is happening with me, why I never got any opportunity. You because you never search for opportunity and you wait for them. So opportunities are so small. We always wait for big things. So I just want to promote try with the small step. Just do whatever you want to do, or whatever you can do. And we give a test really amazing. We give a task to all of our students, and we give them tasks. You have one day. Think about yourself. Think about your circumstances you have, and then write the 5 opportunities at least that what I can do in circumstances, in this environment, whatever I have, because all of our environment, all of our circumstances are different. Might be what are my circumstances different for you? Your that are different from me. So just I will just try to promote this.
I love it. I'm going to share something real quick, guys. I want to share this little clip because this is the beginning of Asma's show. Watch it, and then we're going to continue. there we were. And I mean, that says it right there. I love your intro to the show, because connecting the world, and right now more than ever we need to be doing that. And everything that you just shared about how, when we focus in on ourselves, in that little box, like you were saying, that's when sometimes people are like, oh, pity me, oh, it's so bad. Yet and when we start focusing outwardly, when we start meeting others, and we're concentrating on others. And you guys, if you were to look at her schedule of interviews, you are interviewing every day multiple different people. I mean, you are busy. And right now it is, what time? It's like midnight, or going towards 1 o'clock in the morning where you are, right?
Yeah,
And you look like you're doing just fine. Because and that's, you give and you give and you give. And in fact, you're on your second batch, as you put it. I love this. Second batch of youth. You've been working with 100 kids, or young people,
yeah.
and to help them and mentor them. And now you've got the second batch that you're working with. These are different programs, guys. This is all different programs. And you were telling me, because I asked about this, I was fascinated when you and I met, about the fact that when 5 years ago, when your father passed, it was unexpected, right?
Totally, yeah. I
Yeah.
think uh, that was the that was the incident that made me. I should say that,
Yeah.
because we were like that. We were so daughters are always so much princess to father. They're always princess to father. We didn't know. We are just like kidding. Even I was in Matric, but I didn't know anything. I was just like a prince who don't know, who always get everything in hand, who always get, who don't need. Even uh, I just, whenever I just cry, and my father got offended. He just got offended when I cry, and I never get any kind of just that happen. But that incident was just I think so I can't just suddenly happened, and it was just like that. I don't know. The car It was a car crash,
Mhm.
and it was just like miracle. Tamara, the miracle was that there were five people. There were five people in the car, and two people died at the spot, and my father had some breath. He lied for some hours after the accident. After the accident, he lied for some hours, but then he also died. And there were two little kids, and they were sleeping, and they didn't know what happened. And when they wake up, they don't know. They didn't know what happened with the car. What happened with the other people, and they are alive, yet they are living wonderfully their lives. So that was just a miracle. And that they are actually my mother was my grandma died very early, so my mother didn't. So I just that day was just like me. I prayed to God, God, you can take my life, but give my father life, because my mother have nothing except my father. So she loved him much. She can't live without him. So just take my life, because my mother have three other sisters, three other daughters too. So if I went, nothing would happen. But if my father died, then everything would stop. Everything would stop. My mother, because I love my mother, so I just don't want. I just prayed, but God want to make me alive, and He take my father life. And that I just for 2 years I don't accept it. I didn't accept it. Whenever somebody talk with me about that incident, and they, where's your father? And I always send them. He went to foreign. He lived in foreign country, and we are living here. So I never tell them, I never told them that he's died. And there is another reason. The another reason was that I don't want when people said you, oh, there's a bad happened with you. I don't want their wittiness words. I don't want to listen them. I don't want to make them sad. So I just said he lived in foreign. But then but there was an inner war with me. There was an inner war with the family that we didn't accept it because it was just a shock for us.
Mhm.
But with the passage of time, we realized that it's okay. That happened with many people, and that happened just to evolve me. That happened just to make me. That happened with everybody. You just need to accept it. You just need to accept it. It's okay. It's happened. It's natural. It's not as bad. It's not something wrong. It's usual. Someday I also would die. Someday I also would have to go on. So it's okay. And I think so. Acceptance is the first thing that we can. Whatever the problem we have, acceptance is the first thing. If we accept something, then we move forward. Then we try to think what other we can do. But then we look forward to the solutions. The actual problem happened when we didn't accept. When were in the war, why this happened to me? Why? I can't accept it. This doesn't happen. This can't be happen. We just felt like that. This can't be happen. He can't die. He's still alive. We just went through that. He's still alive. This can't happen. But it happened, and it happened to many people. Then I uh, tried to speak with some. Then I tried to do whatever I can. Then I tried to connect with the people. Like now, life was totally different.
Mhm.
Like I said, at then when we didn't know about any. Like there many things happened in our surrounding. Many problems occurred around us. Everyone's life happened. But when you have father and mother, they never tell you. So you just find that we live in a castle. We live in a palace where nothing happens. Where everything is okay, fine. But after that, I realized life is totally different. What he SaaS. Life is totally different what he SaaS. Life is totally changed, dynamic. We have to do many things by ourselves. But then we realized that if that incident wouldn't happen, if that incident didn't happen, and if he didn't die, then we couldn't evolve. Then we couldn't work what we can do. Then we were just like we were, oh, we didn't evolve ourselves. We didn't found out what can we do, and we didn't work. So it happened. But I think acceptance is difficult thing that it's going to all's life. That when someone happened with you, the first thing is acceptance. When you accept something, then life gone easy. Then things gone easy. Then you think what better I can, what other I can. But the phase of acceptance, even the fears, even to everything, that hurts you sometimes, that gives you pain, but that's normal. That's okay. Now I can talk. Now I share with others,
Mhm.
and I
Mhm.
share it with the openly. Like it's totally okay because now I realize this is okay because there are many people who have father, but I just share this. I just want to share this incident. Actually, when I after some time in my university, I met a lady. She has 5 kids, and she's working. She washed washrooms in university. Her job was that washing washrooms of the university, and she gets some page after. And her husband was alive, but he didn't give anything to her and her kids. So I just feel then that then my that comes in my mind. He has a live husband. Her kids have a live father, but he is no more. He is nothing for them. My father gone, but he did a lot for us. He make us. He just built us. He give us education. So that means we are better. We are in better position. So we need to say thank you, God. You are yet we are in better position. Yet we have a lot of blessing. So this means I am why I'm feeling bad, why I'm feeling like worse happened with me. This means I am not in worse position, I'm in better position, and I have yet a lot of blessing. So thank you, God. Thank you for all that blessings.
You know, I love that. I love it. In fact, okay, here's your university, and the story you were telling about the woman that was there and has the life husband and life father, and yet he's not serving the family, where your father served your family, loved your family, and instilled the love of education, and gave opportunity for that. You can now honor your father, and you're honoring him, and you're able to talk about it. And that's beautiful, because it, nothing in life is ever perfect, and that again is where your show and reaching out to others in the world to realize that we're all in this thing called life together, and we can learn from each other. And I love when I looked at this, I had to get this picture up because this is a beautiful university.
Yeah,
It's gorgeous, it's gorgeous. And then you shared some very fun pictures I wanted to share. And here you are in the early years, when your family and everything. And then is this you going you're going
yeah,
down? I mean, guys, look at this. You're a little brave, and you're acting here, right? You're in character. And are you painting here? I mean, what is it that you don't do now? What is this, your book, or what is this? Your book?
yeah. It's my book.
Your book. Beautiful, beautiful. I love the cover of it. And you have this picture here, and I wanted to bring this up. This was on your profile. And
Yeah, this is my favorite. This is my favorite lady, Mary Curie. Uh, I just joined chemistry. I just wanted to learn chemistry just because of her. I read her story, her life story. I just inspired a lot from her, and I just love her. She was just like for me. So she actually inspired me to study chemistry. So
ah, that makes sense now. Inspired you to study chemistry because of this amazing woman that was before her time, if you will, and said, "Hey, I can do this. I can do this. I can be a scientist. I can do what I want to do." And in truth, it's interesting. Okay, this makes a lot of sense, Asma, because in truth, here you are now in streaming media and writing your book and your blogs and for the newspapers, and creating these leadership groups and teaching the young. You are stepping up and stepping and forward in a role that some may say, wow, that's forward thinking for you know many in the world, many young people in the world, because you haven't even turned 21 yet, have you? Your next
yeah,
birthday is 21. And so you've created a leadership group, a book group, or a book program. You are another group in that you're helping the youth, 100 youth, now the second batch of 100 youth, and you are bringing people together throughout the world, and you're not even 21 years old. That's very forward thinking, like your heroine, right? I mean, when you look at her story, her story is that she was kind of before her time in some ways. You remind me, your story is that
yeah,
you are that too. And if you go into science and into chemistry long term, great. However, your role model has, I believe, helped you in where you are even now. Do you see that?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Actually, I just realized that, and Marie Curie was the one, she faced a lot of difficulties. Uh, when she was student, she has to, sometimes she didn't have something to eat. She has
Mhm.
to work for many hours, even more than 18. Sometimes she didn't have clothes to even in the night, so just put books upon her, and to keep herself warm. So that things was just and then after, she was the only one who got two Nobel Prize in physics and then in chemistry. She was the one, and then, and she actually, she inspired her husband, inspired her son, and they also got Nobel Prize. And but her story, she never give up. She never give up. She just keep trying. She just keep whatever she has. She just keep doing it, and that's actually, and that inspired me. I just wanted to become like her. I just wanted to do something like, I just wanted to do something like her, or whenever, like now she is not live. She died many years before, but she is still
Mhm.
live in all of our hearts. We
Right.
yet admire her. We yet like to learn something from her. We get when read her, we inspired. We want to do. So I just wanted that to, whenever I gone from this world, I just wanted to keep alive. I just want to keep inspire someone. I just wanted to give hope to someone. Like, I'm not as much as I can. I'm yet very small, and I'm just trying to evolve. I'm just trying, but I have wished, since my childhood, I wished I would get a wonderful death. That is my wish, that I just want to do something. I just want that whenever I gone from this world, this would be a wonderful day. This would be a wonderful day, that people know there's someone come. There's someone had come, and now that person is going. Now that person is going towards the eternal place, toward from this world. So that was the things of that heroes that is inspired me. That all the heroes, they have gone. They're not here. They're not alive, but yet they are alive
Yeah.
in our
Yeah.
hearts.
Yeah.
Yet they
Yeah.
are
Exactly.
inspiring.
Exactly. And you are that too. This show is the show that tells the inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. You are now an official service hero. So you see, my dear Asma, you are an inspiring story that will be inspiring others now until the end of time. We have this out there on the World Wide Web. We have this out there on a platform that reaches 80 million people. So you think about that. You now are saying that anything that you feel you can do to help another, do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. That is the message you have been sharing today. It's like, okay, we need to help. We need to help with leadership. We need to teach these things. Okay, it might not be perfect, but if we start it now and we do it in our imperfect way, we'll get better at it, but we got to start somewhere. So you keep starting somewhere when you see that there is a problem. And like with your book situation, when I was really diving in and learning more about it, part of it was, yes, a retention issue, but also it's our eyes. Our eyes get tired if we're doing too many screens, like you were talking about. So not only the smell of the book, but actually holding the book, it's better for our eyes, and our eyes will actually be healthier for it. I mean, these are the things that you are doing. They are inspiring. They are inspiring because then you're saying, I have books I can share. Okay, we can get books from the city and we can share them out into the country, into other areas that don't have them. We can make this happen. And so then you do. What would you say to people right now that are saying, okay, yeah, that's good because that's Asma, and she's got she's got her mom and her sisters, and they're there, and I'm sure they're inspiring her, and I'm sure they are. And you've got your college professors, and you've got your circle of people. However, you're doing this because you are making the decision to do it. So what would you say to others that would say, okay, yeah, I know I need to be doing something, but I don't know where to start? What would you tell them?
I just tell them, I just said only one thing. Whatever, like we usually, it's our first day. We started a program with the Rohingya Muslim refugees, and they were saying that we didn't have any education, we didn't have university, we didn't have school. And the thing is that if you have the food, if you have the internet, then you can't say you have nothing. You have everything. You can have everything. Just take a start. It's difficult. It's actually difficult. So it's difficult. It takes time. It's full of patience. Like sometimes also get. I'm very impatient. Basically, I'm very impatient. Whenever I'm sorry to hurt me, why is not happening? Why? But it happened. That happened to everyone. But then I never gave up. But I just try to do it. I just have a formula, trying to do better, trying to be better than yesterday. This is the only thing that I learned. Trying to be better than the yesterday.
Oh, that's
You versus
good.
you. It's actually the game of you versus you. If
Uh-huh.
you are better now than the yesterday, this means you are evolving, you are progressing. So just celebrate it. And then when the another day starts, just try to do something which is better than the yesterday. So in this, it takes time. It is step-by-step procedure. Sometimes it hurts, like when you are, see around and things are just like changing as temporarily. But all these happenings are temporary. All these happenings are temporary. The actual things
Hmm.
takes time. The actual things are very progressive. They have the step-by-step procedure. So I just want to say that if you have the phone, if you have the internet, you can start. And
Hmm.
even I just want to say that if you have not that thing, yet you can do a lot. You just need to give a time. You just need to give a 1 hour 2 day to yourself. Stop
Hmm.
at something. Stop everything, and then think. Then ponder on your environment, ponder on your surrounding, that whatever the surrounding I have, like I have some boundaries, like I have some culture, ponder on
Hmm.
it, ponder about it, that whatever the culture, whatever the circumstances I have, then write, then focus, then think in this environment, in these circumstances, what what are the things that I can, what are the opportunities that I can find. And if you think for some time, I'm sure you would got some. You would got at least you would got some 5, 6, and that relates with your personality. That relates with you, and then you can work on that things that I can do this. But we need to focus on all that. That what can we do?
I love it. I love it. In fact, here, your only limit is you. Your only limit is you. And this is how you believe. This is how you go after it. And I love how you then took the process in, okay, figure out what your boundaries are. Figure out, take that time, figure out who you are and what you stand for. And then how can you help? And I love also that you're so real about the fact that you do have a little impatient side. However, and that makes a lot of sense too, because you are getting so much done. I asked you when we first met how your mom felt about this, and you told me that she's very proud of you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, very proud. And I just, there are so many of us right now. I am sure that there will be many more that will watch this and say, we're proud of you too. So proud, because we need more of our youth stepping up and saying, I want to connect with the world, and we can connect together and share the love. And that's what we were talking about at the very end, about the love and how we can unconditionally, with respect and understanding we have differences, and yet we can connect through that higher power and the higher frequency of love, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I just believe that we all are. We just try to be more positive. Like we all have some negative. I just believe that we are angel at the same time. At the same time, we're evil. We have some kind of negativity. We feel sometimes there are many things that put them down. That makes hopelessness condition. Sometimes that happen. We cry. Sometimes there many things happen that hurt us, but all these things are normal. I just learned that all these things are not out of the world. These are normal. There are many imperfections. But just try to be more positive. Try to be more evolving. This is what we can. Just try to be more loving. Try to be more caring. Like I evolved my personality. I have a lot of fears. The picture you show where I was jumping from the top floor to the ground, and when I started, I had the fear. Actually, I had the height phobia. I had the height phobia. It was just laser, and uh, and that day I just that happened. That happened. Just my sister uh, uh, raised her hand that she want to do this, and then I also we both from the whole group we both raised our hand. We want to do this, and when I just started, I just realized there are many students were down, there many boys were there, and then what she's doing, they were just laughing. And at first I was like that, I'm just going back. It was just like I just give up. And then there at one point I just push my I just take a breath and I started and I jumped it, and then it happened wonderfully, and then my fear gone. So we all have fear. We all have fear.
Yeah,
Like I have the fear of making mistakes, yet I am making mistakes. Like I'm not good in English, I'm making mistakes. But it's okay.
yeah.
It's totally
That's how
okay.
you learn, right? That's how we learn,
Yeah,
is by saying, okay, I may make mistakes, but I'm showing up. I'm showing up. And then, like you said, and if you make any progress in that day, celebrate that progress, and then do a little bit more the next day, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and then that ends up being a lot at some point. I love, though, when you talk about how the evolution of going down that wall and overcoming that fear, and how when you were there, you stopped and you took that moment, and then it happened. Like you said, then it happened, and then you overcame your fear. You overcame it. And that's how oftentimes we end up making sometimes things so much bigger than they even are. So we fear the fear. And you're teaching to say, okay, realize that there's the fear, but we can get over it if we do something about it. Beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. And we are not our mistake. We just make mistakes and we learn from them. So
Yes.
well said. And she
Yes.
is saying,
All
thank
right.
you for sharing your story
Thank you,
and
Jen.
your inspiration for the world. There you go. You are truly Asma Tariq. You are truly a service hero, an international service hero that I am ever so honored to know. And I am so proud of you. Absolutely so proud of what you are doing and the example you are to all of us, all ages, all countries, all religions, all languages, all colors, all different ways of looking at everything. You are sharing today that anything is possible and no one is perfect. And just show up. Show up and do a little at a time and celebrate those little steps and keep going forward. And we can connect our world together, right?
Right.
Yeah. I want to say thank you for being here today. Thank you for being you. Thank you. You are
It's really
such,
honor.
and me too. Me too. I just absolutely adore you, and I am so glad you're here with us. And I am so happy we were able to share your inspiring story. And I know you are going to be continuing to inspire for a lifetime. I absolutely know it. And I am going to be so excited to be one of your people that will be cheerleading you all the way, because I know great things are happening right now and they will continue.
Yeah, I just try to keep and I just keep going, just keep with the little steps as mentioned, just try to evolve, just have the wish to do something. And for the people, for myself, for others, and I just want to say thank you so much, Tamara. It's really honored to have you. I think it's an amazing thing. And whenever in that interview, when I talked with you, it was also amazing. It inspired me, it energized me. Because when I talk with people, these are also the motivation injections. These are also the inspiration that you inject in yourself and that inspire you and that push you to do something. So these are the amazing. You're doing a great job. You're really doing amazing. And these are the things when people listen different stories, when people connect with them, because we all have sometimes, and majorly we all have same stories in somehow. We have all have same issues. We all have some, and when we listen each other's stories, we connect with each other. We connect with that things, and then we said, okay, we are all. It's okay. It's not nothing bad. There's nothing wrong. All these are things are normal. All these things are okay. All these things are just like that. So I just want to say one thing: keep smiling, share smiling, and this is the wonderful message. Be what you are. Be yourself and do what just try to be more step better than the yesterday and keep smiling, share smiles, this what we can. I think smile is the best weapon that we all have, and it doesn't take enough energy.
I love it. I love it. So, as we close this show, I want to say definitely, Asma Tariq, we have made the case. You are a service hero. And I am so very honored that we were able to share your story today. So, everybody, this is our show. Reach out to Asma and follow her on social media, because you know what? I know she is making a difference. And together, we will all make a difference through our world and connecting and making it a better place together. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here and watching the show in live, in replay, and come back on Wednesday and you'll see our next service hero at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern. All right. See you later. Bye bye.
Bye. All